I can't fucking stand this menu music. So, I'll get to addressing it a little bit. Yes, the glasses are on. Yes, I'm drinking. Because I can't fucking stand what I'm about to do right now. Which is, I'm going to pre-create the finals in such a fun, organic fashion. Which is Golden State against the Raptors. And of course, I'm going to give the Raptors the North uniforms and Golden State well, the town's pretty good. That's a much better uniform. Um, and I'm going to be playing against the Raptors because which is the better team here? You know what I mean? Now, I know as far as 2K is concerned, it looks like the Raptors are pretty spicy. And they have Spicy P. But if we're all being really honest, this is the Warriors game no matter what. The Warriors could even sweep in real life. Like, in reality, they could fucking sweep this if they wanted to. 95 Steph Curry, 88 Clay, 76 Iggy, 83 Captain Dre, Nut Kicker, and the Bogut. That was the 73 and 9 team pretty much, And then you got this buffed Raptors. So yeah, 2K probably wouldn't have this as the favorite, but let's be real. Who's gonna win the fucking finals this year? And of course, I'm sure Kevin Durant's not gonna be in this, which is the turning point because that's like a 95. That's like one of the best players, probably might even be the best player in the game right fucking now, in the whole of basketball because fucking LeBron's not in the playoffs. So I'm not gonna fuck around because I don't know the Raptors at all. I'm pretty sure I have this in the hardest difficulty, which is Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame with Spicy P. But I have this fucking menu music stuck in my head, so I'm gonna do something a little different. Look at that silent. Look at that. I got my shitty fucking. I got my shitty fucking royalty free. It's not shitty. It's okay. It's fine. Royalty free EDM. So it's not complete silence, but I just the fucking menu music is just fucking blaring for this fucking game. So, all right, I know. I'm gone. I've flown away. I don't know if this affects you guys in the broadcast. Let's do an experiment here. Probably it won't, but I'm gonna fuck with the. Look at that Hall of Fame. I'm gonna fuck with the volume to bring it back to normal. I don't know, default, because I had it on custom, which was like zeros. But I'm gonna bring it back to default, and I'm just gonna kind of fuck around. And I know this isn't the greatest game to fuck around with me in, but hey, you get what you get. This is kind of like my recap of the day, the last 2 days, where I've been having a great amount of fun fucking streaming and doing that whole gig. If you can't hear the game, you can't hear me. I want you to hear me. This is more of a me here than this is the game here. And of course I'm going to try a bit. I don't know. You don't need to see his points or his totals or whatever. Alright, well. Does it even matter to have this thing up on the screen? And yes, I'm sticking on center. I mean, I know. It's kind of stupid, but... Well, I don't think anybody would accuse it of being stupid. I think plenty of people would accuse it of being fucking unfair and, like, cheesing. Like, fucking, oh, you're just sticking to the best defensive player, and that's what you're going to... Well, he's not the best defensive player. Kawhi's the best defensive player on the Raptors. So, there we go. Oh, come on. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? So that matchup, I'm pretty sure it's like a Gasol who's in the 80s, like 83 at least, against Bogut who's like a 76 in this game. And you got like that 95. Fleffin' Curry. I'll tell you what, if the Portland Trailblazers were healthy, I know it's like a meme, such a meme at this moment right now, like the whole, oh, if they were healthy, they could. And I'm sure that's a situation with almost every series, but real talk, if the Trailblazers were fully healthy, they had all the guys that they needed on the court at the same time. That was a horrible last-ditch effort to get a fucking basket. That Western Conference Finals would be intense. That would be something that people would fucking want to see. That would be last year's which is the 2018 Western Conference Finals. The 2019 Western Conference Finals were fucking shit. It was a sweep, all right? And that's no disrespect to the Portland Trailblazers, but guys, who the fuck was playing? Like, Dame and CJ, okay, but are they the whole team? Like, you people give the fucking Warriors shit for just having Clay and Steph, but it's like, dude, they have Clay and Steph. Oh boy, again, these last ditch efforts are not working out. But Clay and Steph aren't the whole fucking team. There's a system, all right. With Bogut, there's a system. With Draymond, there's a fucking system. You know, with Iggy, there's a system. So yeah, the Raptors, I think it's more triangle than system. If you ask me, if we're having a serious conversation about it, you know, obviously first option being Kawhi, second option being maybe like a wing player, third option being Spicy P or like Serge or Gasol, big man. Here we go. Yeah, I know. This is what happens when I put it in Hall of Fame. I'm just gonna get blown out. So this is gonna save my life right here. Sorry, I'm not gonna play while I'm drinking. Are you kidding me? But yeah, I got lost in talking about basketball because I love talking about basketball, even though I don't fucking know anything that I'm talking about. Thanks for pointing that out, everybody. No, I know plenty. But yes, this week, I just yesterday I put in like how many videos? I know I kind of called them like streams or whatever the fuck, but I put in like 3 or 4. And yes, I've at this moment in time right now, I've yet to like kind of properly update them or like set them up, but those videos are out. They're on the fucking. Oh, come on, Dre. Again, inevitably just talking about basketball, but fucking. Ugh. Fuck yeah. Come on, Serge. Come on. I am not playing these guys the way they should be played. Come on. Did that go in? Did that fucking go in? Oh, I should. I should. How the fuck did that go in? Alright, what the fuck was I saying? I'm sorry. I was completely... I know I play like fucking ass when this thing... You know, I mean, not to mention just the Hall of Fame mode, but I mean, like, I play like ass whenever I'm talking anyway. Like, 2K is my vibe out game. Like, 2K is the game I play when I want to, you know, get a fucking message across. Not when I want to... Oh, come on. Fucking big, thick boy Kyle Lowry can't do nothing. Come on. Oh, Aunt Jemima's pancakes. Come on. Get it to a wing player. Sorry, I'm concentrating right now. I actually want to win this. Is that bad? Oh, come on. Oh, come on! What the fuck was I saying? Yeah, I was talking, you know? And now I'm taking this fucking seriously, you know? Big surprise. But, no, I put up a whole bunch of fucking videos just yesterday. Get the fuck out of here. It's like a real Steph Curry moment. Yeah, I know. All right, here's a nice little fill that I get to put some my own shit in. I don't even know if my audio's fixed out. Like, I don't know if the game is coming in super fucking heavy or I'm coming in super fucking heavy. You can't hear one of the other. I'm just hoping you can hear me right now. So if you can't hear me, I'm gonna probably fucking. It's like a mini update. Let me finally get back to my point, which is I already put up video after fucking video of crazy shit. This last yesterday, actually, I was gonna say this last week, but yesterday more specifically. Just because, like, I don't know, I've just been getting more and more in the mood to stream, and I've had a lot of positive impact from my friends who I've been hanging out with online, obviously, and things have been going right. Obviously, I haven't been able to do a lot of editing. I haven't been able to do like any kind of single standalone fucking videos because the whole situation that I have with editing is still there, which is no money, no equipment, so that's just gonna stay where it is. Oh, sweet Jesus. But I mean, if it's worth the consolation, I'm gonna keep streaming. And you know, kind of pro tip here. Not a pro tip. I literally just learned this. Um, if you don't want that stupid fucking PlayStation like bar to show up on your screen, just don't. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but just like don't stream with it. You can choose on the PlayStation UI to not stream with it. So, Linus Tech tip. I didn't know this before, but if you don't want the PlayStation stupid bordered UI to be on your screen, you don't have to have it. So, there you go. But yeah, I mean, as far as the low effort streaming goes, I'm putting that shit out there, man. You know? And I don't really care who sees it at this point right now. I mean, I'm not going to say that like it doesn't mean anything, but I just want something to show for the amount of fun that I'm having, which I think is a significant amount. I mean, it matters to me. So that is what, I'm getting out of it. I'm sorry, but I get really fucking anal about my fucking glasses. So if there's a single smudge in my FOV, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Even when I am fucking plastered, I'm like 4, 5, 6 drinks down. So, but yeah, enough of the delegating talk. You know. Oh my God, is that Patrick McCaw? Like, is that the? I'm sorry. Give me a sec. Patrick McCaw. Pretty sure he got drafted by Golden State. He's been playing for Golden State. He has 2 rings, right? If I'm not wrong. 2017 and 2018, and he went to the Raptors. I can't even really say title chasing. He's not KD, like, because the Raptors earned their place in the whole playoff race. So, if anything, Patrick McCaw's kind of proving that he's not a bitch, like, which you kind of got to give him credit for. You know what I mean? Like, word up to Patrick McCaw, man. Like, you're gonna play your old team in the fucking finals that swept back to back to back to back to back, and you're gonna give them try to give them a run for their fucking money. This is what I want to do right now. I want to talk about the game, even though like what the fuck is worth it. I'll tell you what, you people, you beautiful people. I know it's late as hell, at least where I am, but who the fuck cares about my constraints? Um, I will. Yes. Please foul. Um. Uh. I'm not looking at you guys. I'm more. I mean, sometimes I am looking at you guys, but I'm more looking at like my camera feed on the screen, just to see how fucking stupid I look. What the fuck is Patrick? Oh, he's a lockdown. Okay. Or at least that's his primary. Let's get Spicy P on a. I'm trying something. You know what I mean? Kick out. Oh man. Kawhi, go off. Go off, daddy. Oh, boy, oh, boy. I'm keeping it competitive. It's a 3-point differential. I know the 6-minute thing, but 3, 4 points, that's something. Fuck you, Patrick McCaw. Yeah, I think I'll do like 2 more games of fucking 2K, and then I'm gonna hit the fucking head, which is this thing right here. Or I'm gonna like play a little bit of Ghost Recon and literally be drunk off my tits and just vibe out. Which I don't know how entertaining that's gonna be, but Ghost Recon single player, not Ghost War, because I'm sorry, but Ghost War is fucking grating. I mean, it is like, I love it. I love it to fucking death. It's like the way people love their favorite competitive games. That's how I love Ghost War. Like the way people love Siege, the way people love Call of Duty, the way people love Battlefield, the way people like love CS:GO. That's the way I love fucking Ghost War. I have such a passion for it. You know what I mean? I have such a fucking visceral excitement for fucking Ghost War. Like, who the fuck gets excited for fucking Ghost War? Like, it's fucking it's like a shitty half-baked multiplayer, but like I don't know, even if they didn't put that much effort into it, the whole game mode itself is just so fucking interesting. So, but I get so into playing Ghost War the multiplayer that like I can't just relax and do it, even when I'm fucking streaming. Like, I don't know. Like, even if I'm playing fucking quick play, like, what are you, crazy? Get the fuck out of here. There we go, get fouled. So yeah, that's only on the contingent of if I make it past these 2 games and I don't want to blow my fucking brains out. Is that Draymond? God damn it, that's Draymond. Oh my god, can we just get Draymond off Kawhi? And Iggy and Draymond. God damn. I know, that steal was the best thing that could have happened for that possession. Never mind. Never fucking mind. Oh, no, I was right. Oh, I thought it was going to be an and one. Don't worry, you'll hear me screaming and one in a bit. Fuck you, Steve Kerr. Actually, I love Steve Kerr. I'm sorry, but like on a personal note, on a sidebar, he's such a cool guy. Again, glasses. I'm sorry. Just what I'm doing, since you can't see, is like it's big ass like human-sized towel that I use for bathing and other exercises. Um, and I don't know what it is about the texture of this towel, but it cleans my glasses, the actual lenses, so well compared to all other material. I don't know. If anybody knows anything about glasses, like, you know, picker and varnishing, shining, and tarnishing, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Feel free to add any information, but sorry, I'm making sure I can see the 4 corners of my Galar Sues without getting agitated. Come on, Kyle. Leave it to a guy named Kyle to lock down Steph Curry. That's not a dish on Kyle. Alright, that's a dish on people named Kyle. You've got to be kidding me. Come on, Spicy Pete. Oh boy, he's going to get that. Is that Clay? Piss on my face. Yeah. Yesterday, surprisingly, even after the whole... Doesn't Surge have a 3-point shot? Like, I don't know. I may be thinking of a different Surge, but I remember the Surge in the OKC Surge that hit up LeBron in a really interesting way. Fuck. That could have gone in if I had enough time. Alright, 10-point differential. Whatever, I'm getting blown out. But, let's talk about the finals for a second, like the real life finals. Goodness gracious. Oh, here we go again. Dude, I should just get fucking destroyed. Like, oh yeah, I was gonna say something about yesterday. Sorry, I totally forgot about that. Yesterday, believe it or not, Ripley's Believe It or Not, I was in so much pain from a headache. And I don't know if I talked to you guys about this, but I get like headaches like all the fucking time. And they are like these like health risk, mind-bending, life-altering, painful machinations of my own undoing that I can never understand for some fucking reason. To science or natural philosophy or whatever the fuck you wanna classify it as, but the amount of pain that some of these headaches will put me in will like literally be the 10 out of 10 most pain I've ever been in my entire life. And yesterday I was going through just like one of the motions of like, this isn't going away. I've taken so much. I can't do anything. I don't know what I'm allergic to. I don't know what I'm not allergic to. I don't know what's causing it. Light, work, stress, heat. I don't know what the fuck. But I was going through that, and I was still making the most of it. You know what I mean? Like, I look at the fucking videos. There's like 3-4 of them, and they were like an hour 45 each. Like an hour to 45 each. So I don't know what that's gonna tell you, but it's gonna tell you something. It means I want to do this. So fuck my face. Oh my god, why the fuck did I do... I got you. I'm sorry. I genuinely, in my drunk ass fucking reasoning, thought that was funny. Some fucking stupid part of me thought, hey, you know what would be really funny? I thought of it. 15 seconds, I still got more time. The automatic possessions they give me, which is 14 seconds off every foul. Pascal, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my god, I meant to pass it to fucking... I am gonna get fucking... I don't know the fucking Raptors. Am I gonna rage quit, really? Alright, I'll tell you what, if I get a 20-point blowout, I'll rage quit. That was not a foul. Fuck you, Draymond. I have half a mind to just play on my 2K character. Which I don't do. Because... I love... No, you know what? I don't feel afraid to say this at all. Alright? I'm gonna buy the games every single fucking year. I'm not ever gonna get press copies. I don't care if I'm thinking like 20 years down the line and somebody watches this from fucking 2K or from Take-Two Interactive. I don't give a fucking shit. 2K as a game, as a... at this moment right now, and for the past couple of games, 17, 18, even 16, they have been fucking cash grabs. All of them. They have just been these fucking... I don't mean to get all preachy, because nobody wants to fucking hear that, but it's just like... Dude, monetization is just basically built into the fiber of these fucking game mechanics. And it's like, who the fuck can deal with that? Like... But when you play certain modes on 2K, like when you play the My League or when you play like the Play Now or whatever, like that's the game that you and your friends would play at your friend's house when you were kids. Like that was the game that you fell in love with. Like that was the real 2K of 2K, so to speak. So get the fuck out of here. He fucking didn't fucking Danny Green make a fucking I don't know, that was not a 3. Didn't Danny Green make an all-defense team this year? Let's talk about that for a second. You know who didn't make an all-defense team this year? Patrick Beverley. And I don't know if it's just because I look like I'm drunk as shit, or I am drunk as shit, but Patrick Beverley is one of the most underrated players of all time. I said it, all time. Not just this season, this year, you know, this era, all fucking time. And so many great defensive fucking players get overlooked. I mean, yeah, okay, we give, what's his name, LeBron's teammate in 2006, 2005, 2007, whatever the fuck, Anderson Varejao. He won a chip with the Warriors, I'm pretty sure, like the first time or whatever. He was part of that whole like setup. In his prime, he was a really fucking good defensive player. Nobody gives him a fuck. You know what I mean? People completely forget Manute Bol as like this beast, right, on the defensive end. Who has, just to kind of continue the point, who has the most, if you were to just ask someone at a bar, right, real live question, who has the most NBA championships? Because, alright, let me pull all the fucking way back from this. Forget what I just said, right? Let's define the word greatest of all time, alright? And I'm not saying let's have all the fucking factors laid out here, but what I am saying is one of the aspects that people would characterize as what makes a player truly great is how many championships, how many national titles, how many games against all the other players have they won. You know what I mean? And games against all the other players in the NBA means titles. All right, means the championship, means the big one. All right, the big boy. So how many does fucking who has the most? How about that? That's the question. Who has the most? Bill fucking Russell. You know how many he has? He doesn't have 3. He doesn't have 5 like Kobe. He doesn't have 6 like what? Who the fuck has 6? MJ. What am I crazy? Doesn't Scotty have 6 too? I don't know. No, he doesn't have 2. He doesn't have 4 like Tim Duncan. All right. Should have been a 3. Bill Russell has 11. Number 6, the famous number 6 from the Celtics in the 60s and 70s, has 11 fucking championships. Think about how many fucking back-to-backs there are in that. 11 fucking championships. I know that like MJ had the first 3P, which is like fucking baffling, but fucking Bill Russell has 11. And I'm just gonna fact my. Okay, hold on. I know they just made that bucket and made me look like a fucking crazy person. But let me just look this up for a second. All right. NBA champs list. That is not the... Okay, I totally Googled the wrong thing. List... Okay, Wikipedia. List of NBA players with the most championships. The picture is of Bill Russell. Won 11 with the Boston Celtics, right? Who's the next on that list? Sam Jones, who was a guard for the Boston Celtics, who played with Bill Russell when he won 10 of those 11. And then, of course, you have other guys that played. You have the next 5 people are just people who played with Bill Russell when he won all those. So you have Tom Heinsohn. I'm sorry, Tom. I don't know you. Casey Jones. Tom Sanders, John Havlicek, Jim Lotzkatoff, Frank Ramsey, Robert Horry. Okay, we'll go to Frank Ramsey all the way up to that. All those first 4 guys all have like at least 7, and that's all Bill Russell's money right there. That is all just Bill Russell. Then you got guys like Robert Horry with 7 and Bob Cousy with 6. Bob Cousy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 6. You know what I mean? A lot of people put him in the category of like best player. Then you have MJ with 6. Then you have Scotty with 6. Okay, so Scotty and MJ won the same. All right, cool. How many does Dennis Rodman have? Oh, Dennis Rodman won the Pistons, the bad boy Pistons. Good for Dennis Rodman. I actually think Dennis Rodman is in the vein. All right, let's funnel all the way back to my previous point, because I was talking about why these guys are severely underrated, guys like Patrick Beverley, and let me just wrap up the Bill Russell point. The Bill Russell point kind of being the most championships in the league, what some people would define as the GOAT by different definitions, right? Bill Russell has... Thank you for going in finally. Bill Russell has 11 championships, right? If in his time period, in his era, he won against all those other teams, he was the best out of all the teams there, and then beat the best out of all the other fucking teams there, or at least by seeding and playoffs and whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? 11 fucking times in human fucking history in the fucking game of basketball. Okay, whatever. There was a bunch of plumbers playing in 1960 and 1970. Whatever the fuck. Whatever the fuck you want to say, right? Statistically speaking, there's a GOAT category for that, right? He's definitely in that conversation. He's not just in that conversation. He's in that conversation by at least 3 more championships than the next guy under him on that list. You know how Bill Russell won those championships? Can you fathom what made Bill Russell at the time such a fucking fantastic player? And I know I'm getting into this fucking like preachy consinuar or whatever the fuck kind of tangent, because Bill Simmons wrote a book about this, and I haven't read it, but I fucking will, and I love Bill Simmons, at least as far as the shit that I've seen him from, the BS Report, and like, you know, all of his articles and containments on ESPN, and like all the shit that I've seen him from. People legitimately thought for the longest time that Will Chamberlain, this is a side note, Will Chamberlain was better than Bill Russell. like as the GOAT. Like, hey, who's the GOAT of that early era? And everybody was like, oh, dude, Will Chamberlain. It's like, why? It's like, because he holds all these records. It's like, okay, but like, how many championships did he win? And it was like excuse me, it was like a tiny amount. It was like a pitiful amount of championships, especially considering that was a nice block, by the way. Especially considering his main competition being, guess who? Fucking Bill fucking Russell with the Boston fucking Celtics. So get the fuck out of here. I should have got that. Sorry, I'm fucking focused on the game again. There we go. Great job, Kawhi. Putting your dick out there. But I'm saying, like, fucking. I should have gone for, like, a shot outside, but you know what? I'll take it. Sorry. Because Will Chamberlain held these records. He had, like, highest rebounds in a game, highest points in a game, highest blocks in a game, like that. Not saying those things are unimportant, but I'm just saying he just hit all the top and the peaks, and he hit unbelievable peaks that will stand for ages. Not even Kobe could break, not even Dennis Rodman can break, not even these crazy good fucking basketball players could break, because he was so crazy good at the fucking game, even back in that era. And again, I'm not even going to talk about that era, because if you're that good, you're that good. If you're that athletic, you're that athletic. Imagine if Will Chamberlain played in today's game. What would that score look like? I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. But people thought he was better than Bill Russell. And again, I'm like 6 drinks down, and I'm still making this point. He was not. Because you know how many fucking championships he won? Definitely not fucking 11. And the reason Bill Russell won all those championships, I'm going to finally bring it home to this. Defense. That's it. That is completely it. John Havlicek, Bob Cousy, Casey Jones, great players. Sure. They had an offensive output, they had a defensive output. Bill Russell won all of those people, hand-delivered those motherfuckers titles because of his defense. Because he could lock down the paint, he could keep everything solid, and he could stop people from scoring the physical basket. He could stop people from putting that ball in that net. Not like today's game, just whatever the fucking rules were back in the day. I'm not super specific on it, but I'm saying he stopped possessions. When people ask who the greatest player of all time is, who do you think they say? Oh, Michael Jordan. Okay, you know, nowadays they'll probably be like LeBron James. But back then it was pretty much, okay, Michael Jordan, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you know, maybe a couple other guys, you know? Fucking A, come on. I'm definitely going to play another game after this, and it's not going to be with this shitty team. Just to point it out. But Bill Russell, I think, has almost entirely and historically been left out of the GOAT conversation for totally unfair reasons. And defensive players like Patrick Beverley get an awful rap in the NBA community. You want to know why? Because they are one-dimensional in such a beautiful way, in such a team, such a game-effective way, that nobody gives a fucking shit, because it's not flashy. You know what I mean? And because they like to criticize, oh, well, if you're just playing really good defense, what can you do to contribute to the team? And again, there's a valid argument to be made for a lot of different things for why that's what the fuck just happened there is crazy in the game. But there's a valid argument made to be, you know, who is the better player. I'm not saying it's a valid argument, but I'm saying like the way people thought I can understand. Who's a better player? Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain broke all these offensive records. Yeah, but Bill Russell won championships because of his defense. All right, but you know, there's a fucking argument to be made about all of this, you know, and I completely understand it. I cheese that foul because you know it's coming down to the wire. What I'm saying is defensive players get such a fucking bad rap, and just more and more through the ages, defensive players have been fucking shit on ridiculously. Like, honestly, like, I'm hoping now more than ever, you know, defense first players get fucking recognized more, like Kawhi fucking Leonard, who, totally missed that, but you know what I mean, like, affected that play. But I'm just hoping that more and more in the future, or at least we fucking do something with the NBA to affect the understanding of the national perception of defensive players, because defensive players, just like Bill Russell, just like Dennis Rodman, who I haven't even talked about too much this time around, just change the whole fucking game. The way the game is played. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't know what I mean. Maybe you do know what I mean and you think I'm fucking crazy. That's fine. But you cannot deny the fact that Dennis Rodman has like 5, 6 NBA fucking championships? Why do you think that fucking is? It's because he is the greatest rebounder of all fucking time. You could give that to Bill Russell. You can give that to Manute Bol. You can give that to Will Chamberlain. You can give that to fucking I'm fucking thinking Knicks right now. Who the fuck? Why the fuck did? All right, whatever. Willis Reed. I don't know. Fucking Bob McAdoo. I don't know. You can talk about who's that Nick? I'm trying to think of that one Nick. Well, you can think of Julius Erving and then Patrick Ewing. You know what I mean? Is that the right guy? I don't know. Oscar Robertson got a bunch of rebounds. He triple doubles. You know what I mean? But Dennis Rodman was a fucking freak of nature. He was like in the high middle 6 foot range, and he was grabbing every fucking board. He had a game where he was like almost like 30 fucking rebounds, and he didn't score any fucking points. How? Defense. That's how. It's fucking defense. And again, I'm getting drunk and I'm getting angry, I'm getting ranty, I'm getting stupid, whatever the fuck you want to call me. But I was just gonna check my headset to see if I was actually coming in this whole time, and it would be fucking hilarious if this entire stream I was just like silent. You don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. You're just like looking through the camera like, what the hell is he going on about? No. If you can't hear me this whole fucking time, you know what? I don't even care anymore. But I'm just saying, the point needs to be made. Like, give defensive players some credit. Not even just some credit. A lot more credit. Because they're the reason the world goes round. They're like farmers, man. They're like economists. You know what I mean? They're like social workers. They're like silent heroes. The unsung fucking superheroes of the world that make everything just work. They make the fucking world go round, man. And I get why you don't think they're cool and flashy, but let me fucking tell you something. The reason why basketball is as great as it is purely because of defense. It's only because the guys who play defense, okay? And maybe you could say, ironically, I'm not playing too great defense, but you know what? That's because I'm playing on Hall of Fame with a team I hate. Bum-ba-dum, bum-ba-da-da-bum. Should I just give up right now? That's a ball handler. And I'll give him the foul. This game is lost, my friends. I'm sorry, I gotta put more fucking whiskey in my cup. Hey, they're putting the scrubs out on the floor for me. At least I can make that play. No, Surge has a sharpshooter arch type, so... Oh boy. So he does have a three-point shot. I'm just timing it horribly. Did I just go in? Fred VanVleet. Fred Jr. God bless you, buddy. But personally, I really hope the Raptors win this. I'm just gonna say that out front. Warriors, sure, they could earn it, and by a lot of standards, they probably should win it. But goddamn, the story, if the Raptors did win it, would be fucking phenomenal. If the Raptors won this last fucking finals, and like Kawhi left, that would be fine with me. If Kawhi left after them winning, it's like boom, you know what I mean? I can make a team championship bound. Boom. I mean, there's like a million things you could say about how it's not true. Like the Raptors, like as far as like staff or general management, as far as like running the organization tightly, as far as like setting it up with different players and the systems of coaching that they have, and like how Nick Nurse has just been like, you know what I mean? Like there's so many things that just prove that's wrong. But I would just love if like Kawhi is like, no, I did it, I fucking did it. You know what I mean? He'd be like, that was I won. I did it for you guys. Like, I won. Me, Kawhi won. It's like, Debo would be so... Debo's salty right now. Poor fucking Debo. You know what I mean? DeMar DeRozan. There you go. 13 points. A 13-point blowout. That's what you got. That's what you get. That's what you get. So I think I'm going to play just one more. Just because the one that I do play... Oh, get that fucking foot cam out of here. Fucking search. I think I'm going to play one more because I just realized that... well, you'll see. And I don't know if you're going to like it or not. Maybe you might hate this, but the My League that I have and that I'm playing with, I kind of did some things that are kind of crazy, wacky, and zany at the expense of, well, my league, for lack of a better term. Kind of fucked with, I used my league to kind of fuck with my league. So, I'll let you look at that for a second. This is... So, okay, so, let me explain. I started this My League in the off-season of 2018. So, the draft hadn't happened. The lottery hadn't happened. They had to redo all of that shit. The retirements hadn't happened, everything. So, basically, the 2018 draft... it was a completely different toss-up in a whole different way, but relatively. And me being the genius GM that I am, genius GM, what the fuck am I doing? Oh my God. Me being I don't know, I like to play video games and think I'm important. There you go. There's not much more fucking defining you can do there. I like made a bunch of crazy trades and like did all this crazy shit or whatever the fuck, but so did other teams. So that's why Luka Doncic is on the Suns. That's why Shea Gill. That's why Tim Hardaway. That's why I have Zion. I have Zion. I know. I have Zion and the stack team. Don't ask how I did it. Just for me to explain. We're living in an alternate reality where me as the Miami Heat GM, basically, not even like Richard Heaney, or what's his name? Something Heaney. You know what I mean? The process guy. Where I just imagine I like Wolf of Wall Streeted the fuck out of the NBA for like 2 years, and then boom, go back to reality, and then there we go. That's why this is what this is. And let's see what outfits we get to play with. I want to play with the Earned because it's a home game, and they can play with Classic Alt or... No, their statement is way cooler. Just to give you a lineup management, which is a more effective look at look at that. 83, 80, 83, 87, 89, 81, 79, 79. My bench starts with 81 to 79. Their bench starts with 79. Okay. And look, just because I've been doing this, you know what I mean. I know this sounds fucking insane, but I want Blake Griffin to be my sixth man, and it's been working. It's seriously been working. All right, this system that I got, where I have, Shea at the point, and I have P Bev at the backup. Timmy J, I love Timmy J so fucking much. I love him so much as a 2K player. Like, you know what I'm talking about when you have those players in 2K that are so fucking much better than they are in real life. And then there's also like players that suck in 2K that are great in real life. But Timmy J is like my fundamentalist, perfect mid-range shooter in this fucking video game that like it is just blown to shit in the real world. Like nobody gives a fuck about him in the real NBA. Like, but I got Jay Rich, and I swapped out Zion with the small forward because Zion should be playing power forward, and you should be giving more depth for defense. Timmy J mid range, passing and 3-point with Shy, obviously, and he's an athletic playmaker kind of. Zion, do I need to explain what the fuck Zion is? Come on, everybody knows what Zion is. He's there for defense. Jay Rich is there for defense. Zion is Zion. Rudy Gobert, role player. The best player on my team is a role player. You'll see why. Paint protector, pure defense. He's currently breaking records in this world's NBA for how fucking great his defensive rebounding and blocks are. Play him as a role player. BG, it's the second greatest, best player on our team. Again, don't ask how I got all these players in the same team, alright? I did horrible things to good people. I ruined good people's lives. Bam with the two-hand slam. See, I kept some Heat players. Like, we got 1, 2... All right, let's not talk about it. Okay, yeah. So we got Bam, DeAndre Hunter, I believe. He's projected to go 5th this year in the 2019 draft. And Patrick Beverly, because I love Patrick Beverly so much. He should have got an All NBA, not just an All NBA defense team this year. He should have got All NBA first team defense because dude, he's the reason the Clippers got 2 games in the finals against the best team in the NBA with fucking Kevin Durant and DeMarcus Cousins. The best team, all positions locked in the NBA. They won 2 fucking games. Patrick Beverly was a fucking featured role in that film. Just saying. Where's my alcohol, What do I gotta do? I know. Not even say it. Pulling it off with my fucking teeth is bad for me, whatever. But I'm gonna do an old classic that I learned from the great American novel called The Catcher in the Rye. And, I didn't finish the book, but I did read a good bit of it. And before I got fed up with how stupid and pretentious that main character was, I did learn that his favorite beverage was scotch and soda. And whenever he'd go out and be a pretentious little douchebag, rich boy that he was, he would order scotch and soda. So, I don't have any soda, but I do have water, which is basically uncarbonated soda. Club soda. So, I have that in whiskey. He had scotch and soda. I have 100 proof bourbon and water. Bottoms up. It's not that bad, actually. Shocking, right? I don't know. All my poor people out there can give me a shout out talking about how totally normal this is. I feel classy drinking this. And to top out this 10-10 rotation, Seth Curry. He's a very reliable shooter. Completely underrated in this game's world, but very reliable. And then you got Tyler Ulis, Luka Doncic, Josh Jackson, Serge Ibaka, Yusuf Nurkic, Greg Monroe, Dragan Bender, Troy Daniels, Brandon Knight, and Is that Justin or that's got to be Justin, not Drew Holiday? That's Justin, his brother, Drew Holiday's brother. So, you know, I got all the names right. I'm gonna have to drink so much like water and shit after I finish with this. Oh, sweet Jesus. And you think I'm cheating the system? How do you think they got Serge Ibaka and Yusuf Nurkic on a Suns team with Luka Doncic? Like, how do you think that happened? You know what I mean? They obviously traded Devin Booker, but I mean, you know, they did some shit too in this fictitious world that I created. So, anyway, the reason why I'm doing one more game is number one, I did this gigantic monologue about, you know, did I just miss the tip off? What the fuck? Sorry, I do think that my settings have me at Superstar. Because I've been blowing out teams with Superstar, so I'm going to have to actually step my game up with Hall of Fame. Set a picky pick. Fuck. Alright, well, that's what I get. There we go. Zion is a dunk machine. There's going to be so many highlights with Zion dunking. Ah, this tastes like ass. This doesn't just taste like ass. This tastes... Just imagine the most unpleasant sensation your tongue has felt. It's up there. I should have gone into. Oh, right. Zion is a bad free throw shooter. So, they kind of made a genius play right there. Kind of trapping him into making free throws. And if I didn't finish the thought earlier, let me finish it now. The reason why I'm only playing one more game is because you see that the minutes there at the bottom? I do. And the minutes say 10:30 something, 10:38, 10:35, 10:37. I put these in real-time NBA minutes, which means how fucked up can I be right now? 12 NBA minutes, just like in real life. So, quarters are 12 minutes. Meaning, I'm playing real NBA stat lines, real NBA times, real NBA... Excuse me, I'm getting a little gassy. Real NBA quarters. How interesting is that? And Rudy Gobert is the putback king. Don't worry, I can do this. I can do Rudy one-handed. Call me. Call me, Mr. Gobert. Oh! See that? I just did Rudy one-handed. I just did Zion one-handed, I think. Yeah, but, I mean, I am kind of cheating, though, because as soon as it gets to 2 minutes, I start simming. Just because, like, who in their right fucking mind would play all fucking 12 of those godforsaken minutes? I mean... Oh, yeah, and there's a lot of ball movement and a lot of cutting. That's the secret to my offense. It's like a mix of, like... It's like a mix of 7 seconds and pace and space. I wouldn't even say that. I think it's more... Yeah, it's a mix of 7 seconds and pace and space because it's like a crazy amount of ball movement plus cutting. I mean, that's not all that defines those two, like, systems of... I'm not a fucking retard. I know what the fuck... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The R word. No. I'm not fucking Tom Segura. I'm not gonna get in trouble for this. And even if I do fuck him, who cares? But fuck, Zion should have got that rebound. It's okay. I totally want that to happen. Son of bits. No, but okay. So let's test my basketball knowledge here. All right, let's go through the different systems of basketball, like basic offenses that I know. There's 7 seconds, pace and space, grit and grind, perimeter centric, post centric, and triangle. And those are the ones that are in 2K, yes, but those are also, as far as fundamentally and like team coaching, uh, the basketball offenses. I might be wrong. I might be totally right. Who the fuck cares? Let me explain. Pace and space, keep a nice perimeter set up, ball movement super fucking high, keep screens at an absolute maximum, and get as many people nice, good, open shooters, nice, good, open looks as much as they possibly can get. And then those shooters make shots, and the people who are cutting inside who are not shooters, which is usually like 2 people, you know what I mean? It's like a 3-2. Let me rephrase. Hold on. Well, first of all, I am gonna rephrase it, but you also reset up that, you know. There we go. Timeout. So I get to explain it. Um, pace and space, essentially, just as kind of an example. Think of Golden State. All right. I might be wrong about this, but who the fuck cares? Golden State is a really good kind of high jinxed hybrid pace and space setup where it's you got Clay and Steph, and at one point Iggy, and sometimes maybe even Draymond. And now they have KD, you know, those guys, which can kind of fit in a triangle, so we'll just put that aside. But as far as pace and space is concerned, a lot of ball movement between Clay, Steph, and KD. Keep those guys in ball movement lockup, right? Draymond and either Bogut or DeMarcus Cousins or Patrick McCaw or, you know, I don't know, Jordan Bell or I don't know, keep those big guys inside the paint and keep them cutting and moving around, right? And setting screens for those 3 perfect shooters so that when they have open looks, either outside the perimeter or at worst inside the mid-range at like 20 to 30 feet, you know, before you start getting out there, they'll make their shots and they'll just hammer it home with as many shots as they can take. Screens, shots. Pull out, shots. Ball movement, shots. Pop and stop shots. It's a lot of shots, all right? And then when it's not shots and you have people pulling out on the perimeter, you open up the field for inside cutters like Draymond, inside cutters like Boogie, DeMarcus Cousins, inside cutters like Jordan Bell, inside cutters like Andrew Bogut. So you have those guys when the perimeter is locked out, maybe double teamed or triple teamed out on the perimeter, right? Throw it into Bogut, wide open, dunks the basket. All right. Grit and grind. I know. Natural progression. The complete opposite is what I'm going to be jumping into. That is what the Grizzlies, the Memphis Grizzlies, the past couple of years have been major famous for. You want to know why? Because they had a healthy Zach Randolph, Zebo, and they had Mike Conley. Oh, and they had Marc Gasol, who was also healthy and young, who was doing fan-fucking-tastic. What makes the grit and grind offense different from the pace and space offense is, well, look at it like this. Almost everything. Because grit and grind is, if you can define it by any kind of standards, it is entirely based around the big men. It is entirely based around the defense that is produced by the big men. The big men stay in the paint. The big men roam around. The big men do their fucking jobs. And they lock. And they fuck up. And they post up. And they play around. And they do as much as they can to disrupt the offense of the inside. And they fucking finagle their way into an offense's an offense's no-no zone. So the Miami Heat are a pretty good example. If you look at it this season, fuck that. That was a shitty possession. But the Miami Heat this season and even last season, and even the season before, all the way to 2016, was a good example of grit and grind because you have Hassan Whiteside, now you have Bam Adebayo, but you have Hassan Whiteside, you have guys like James Johnson, you have guys like Josh Richardson. If they're not okay, let me add this caveat. If they're not a big man, they play like a big man, meaning they play a crazy good amount of defense, right? And they facilitate ball movement to inside looks. Kind of like what I just did right there. Great transition. So they keep the big men catching rebounds and the guys who aren't big men effective to catch rebounds so that they can get guys inside to make high percentage looks. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what I'm saying, it's fine. But that is essentially what I'm talking about, grit and grind. It's essentially big men inside, a lot of rebounding, out-rebounding offensively and defensively, getting those putbacks, getting those inside paint plays, keeping a lot of the pressure on the inside, and while you're keeping the pressure on the inside, kind of like disrupting that offense. Blake Griffin, BG. I'm going to cover two more. I don't want to go into too depth. I don't want to even touch triangle because triangle is kind of this thing that Phil Jackson, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen created, which is like this own like world of like basketball like philosophy, and like not even like seasoned basketball people like fully understand. So I'm not even going to go deep into that, but I'll jump into 7 seconds. 7 seconds was this offense almost like single-handedly trademarked and created by Mike D'Antoni when he was playing with the early 2006 Suns, which was essentially is his perfect philosophy. High efficiency shot making, which is 3 or key shots. And what 3 or key shots, not just a really fun way to say 3-pointers, but a really fun way to say make your shots have the biggest impact on the game as humanly possible. And whereas like most teams all the way up until like the 90s and the 2000s when it started having that change, the high effectiveness shots were the shots inside the mid-range, and they weren't really three-pointers, you know what I mean? I mean, Larry Bird and those Celtics at that time, you can add kind of an exception to. And, yeah, when the Chicago Bulls had Steve Kerr, you can kind of add that exception too. But I'm really talking about, am I still in the first quarter? Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm still in the first quarter. Okay. Oh, I feel like blowing my brains out right now. I'm still talking about fucking offenses. Oh. How about this? Let me just sim the game. I am so fucking tired. Come on, fellas, we can do this. God damn. There we go, we won. The only reason I'm like so apathetic is just because like I was in the first quarter and I went down the list of like NBA offenses. Like, what do you fucking expect from me? Yeah, I'm drunk and tired. But Rudy was playing those minutes. Look at that 16. Dubber. Who had the highest PRF? Timmy J and BG. And then Zion. I always love PRF. PRF is my favorite. Because it's like, it shows who the good guy players are, which is, you know, you put in points, but you also distribute the ball. I.e. getting assists. Anyway, if you couldn't already tell, not only am I going to exit this game, but I am also going to exit, unfortunately, this stream. Because I'm fucking tired. I'm so fucking tired that after I drink like 2 gallons of water, I'm just gonna pass out. So, I hope you guys had a wonderful time. I'm sorry that I bored almost every fucking one of you talking about NBA offenses and all my stupid bullshit like opinionated stupid shit, but just know that I had a fun time. And selfishly, that's all I really care about. So, I don't know. I don't got anything else than that. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for helping me out. Clap out.